Sunday sales are back in the headlines and apparently back on the table. We'll talk about Governor Malloy's new push to permit alcohol sales on Sunday in Connecticut. Some sweeping changes are on the horizon for the State Department of Education, how the shakeup could help Connecticut schools, and how else parents say things need to change. Also, how healthy is the Long Island Sound? The first report of its kind ever takes a look. We talk about the results and some recommendations to keep things clean. Welcome to The Real Story. I'm Lori Perez. Sunday sales have been a debate at the Capitol for years. Now, as we head toward the session, the governor has brought them back up. Governor Donnie Malloy has unveiled his plan for allowing the sale of liquor on Sundays. Under the plan, package and grocery stores would be able to sell alcohol until 10 p.m., and restaurants and bars could stay open until 2 in the morning. Malloy says the reforms could bring in millions of dollars for the state.
It is reflective of another time and another age when people lived differently. There's a whole lot of people who have to work all day Saturday and can't get to a store.
Joining me now is one of the most vocal proponents of Sunday sales. He has been pushing it for years. He's the owner of Freshwater Package Store that's on Route 5 in Enfield. Donnie Alaimo. Donnie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
I've talked to you plenty of times over the years about this. First of all, let's just start off with what was your reaction when you found out that the governor was going to make this push?
Very gratifying and very exciting. And
what do you think led to him finally taking a stand? He'd always said he was going to sign it if the legislature passed it. Now he's taking the lead. Well,
he sees the state, we're in financial troubles. It's money that's been out there for many, many years. It's tens of millions of dollars. It's good for the consumer. And it's about time that we have a governor, and my hat's off to him, that he confronts the lobbyists, and he's doing a good job. And another person I got to thank right away is Kathy Tallerita, the state rep. She took this 4 years ago and never let go, and she did a fantastic job. And the people that benefit now are the consumers of Connecticut, finally.
But, okay, so I can see how it would benefit you, because you're right there in Enfield, right on Route 5, right at the border. But for a guy who owns a Rocky Hill liquor store, I mean, how much benefit is he going to have? I mean, because I've heard people say, listen, I'm in central Connecticut. It's going to cost me more money to open up my store for I don't know how much profit.
Don't open your store.
Well,
like any other business. If you don't think you can make money, but I guarantee you everyone will be open on Sunday.
But do you think that they'll make enough money? They'll make
absolutely. If you can't make $80 a day to pay your help, you shouldn't be open in the first place.
Well, why do you think people will make more money? I mean, people are going to be buying more alcohol. Won't it just change their buying habits?
No, that's not correct whatsoever. What's going to happen is those tens of millions of dollars that are going over the border are now going to be spent in Connecticut. So people aren't drinking more. They're just going to purchase that alcohol in their home state. Keep the tax money in Connecticut. That's the only difference. And,
the other concern among some, or the other point that people try to make is, well, the bigger stores, the wholesalers or Stop and Shop, are going to be taking money from a smaller package store because, people go grocery store shopping on Sunday, and they're just going to buy their beer then, and they're not going to do their grocery store shopping on Sunday and then go to your store on Monday.
Well, they also go to the grocery store Monday through Saturday.
True.
And they buy beer Monday through Saturday, so there's absolutely no difference. It won't change anything. It's just a positive thing for the state of Connecticut. How
much money are we talking about that it could bring in?
The estimates that are out right now, I think, are about $570 million in gross sales, which is huge. It's a lot of money, sales tax alone, and that's probably $50 million.
That Connecticut loses.
Oh, yes. This has been going on for years when these people were stopping it. I mean, figure it out every year for the last 20, 30 years. But Sunday sales started 7, 8 years ago in Massachusetts. And my store alone, in that time alone, I've probably lost about $900,000 in gross sales at my store alone. And I don't have a very big store. I'm what they call mom and pop, which I really don't know what it is. I'm a working man.
Right. Tell me how it's going to change your ability now to be competitive with the bigger stores. Well, in terms of pricing, because that's one of the other components of this plan, right?
No, the pricing is not going to change. I mean, even if they get rid of minimum markup, I could still sell things cheaper to the consumer as loss leaders as anybody else can. And again, you can only go down so much before you're losing money, but it's going to be just as equal as it is now. It's just better for the consumer. This is all about the consumer, believe me.
But it's also better for you. I mean,
oh yes, it's better for me because Super Bowl Sunday I have to be closed, and there's lines of cars going over the border. Not just Massachusetts, though. It's Rhode Island and New York also. It's huge. It's like I said, it's millions of dollars. And on Sundays we have to close up at 9 o'clock. The sun is still out in the summer, and people just want to buy beer. But this is for the consumers. I keep saying that. It's all about the consumers. They pick on the days they want to shop. Sunday's the second busiest shopping day, and I have to keep my store closed.
Yeah. Explain to people some of the other facets of the governor's proposal, including your ability, or the proposal for you to be able to sell what they're calling complimentary goods, snacks, other things.
Basically, you can get chips and Slim Jims and stuff like that, but some of our laws, real quick, are archaic laws. Our laws were put in 70-something years ago after Prohibition. We sell cigarettes, for instance, and if you come into my store, I cannot sell you a 69-cent cigarette lighter, but I can give you 10 books of matches. It's just stuff like this that's on there. I can't sell you a bag of chips, but you can go to Stop and Shop, get a case of beer and 5 bags of chips.
Right.
So it just doesn't make any sense. It's all about common sense, and finally we have a governor that knows what's going on here, and he put his foot down. He's going to go forward, and this is great. This is going to be huge.
Do you expect, I mean, I guess it's kind of inevitable right now. I mean, I want to say that I did ask the Connecticut Package Store Association, which has fought against this for 2 decades, to appear on the show, and they declined. Do you expect, I mean, they kind of are saying that it's an inevitable at this point. Do you expect any pushback?
No, I don't, because they don't have any facts or figures. It's always been about politics. It's about shredding that bill down at the LOB. It never got a fair hearing. It's all about politics, and finally now it's beyond politics. Somebody's taken this forward. The governor's doing a good job with it. Kathy Tellerita's done an excellent job. But no, they don't have a leg to stand on, and if they did, any shows I've done or talk shows, they don't appear there because they have no facts, they have no figures. So
I used to live down south where they had state-run liquor stores. I mean, is that going to be the next step here? Are we going to see that here?
No, you're seeing that's going away. There's a couple of states last year they got rid of state-run stores, and because it's not profitable for the states. So that's really going away.
Tell me how soon, after this passes, if it passes, do you expect that you will begin to feel the effects?
Oh, immediately. It's just the first day I can open until 10 at night, or the first Sunday that I open my doors. Right. I wish it was for the Super Bowl, but I don't think it's going to make it for that.
All right. Well, Donnie Alaimo, we know that this is a long time coming for you, and congratulations on big wins.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Donnie Alaimo. Coming up, how would you like to change your child's school? Some parents took their ideas for educational reform to the Capitol. We hear what they have in mind. That's coming up next.